named Jesus.
A man named Jesus.
Most of the times when people look at me and they try to ask me about my testimony, how have you got off of drugs? I don't have a long testimony, truly. I just say a man named Jesus. Somebody say a man named Jesus.
A man named
When
Jesus.
individuals see me, they say, is this the man who used to be addicted to heroin? How did this man get off heroin? I say, a man named Jesus. Somebody say, a man named Jesus.
A man named Jesus.
They said, is this the same person? They sitting there saying, this can't be him. That was at the Salvation Army in February. Somebody say, it is me.
It is me.
Always visualize vertically. Always visualize vertically. If you pay attention to the first verse, it says, now Jesus passed by and he saw a man who was blind from birth. He said, he's seen you. Listen to me. God already knows your condition. God already knows what situation we are in. He already seen us. And the man at the end, when everybody was trying to figure out was the same guy, he said, it is me. But you notice it said that he was sent to a pool that's called Shalom, which is translated sent. Listen to me. When at the end of this service, we're going to have an altar call. The altar is going to represent that pool of Shalom. And every man that comes to this altar will receive that sight to see their purpose and where they should go. Somebody say, always visualize
vertically.
He came to the pool of Shalom. This will be your pool of Shalom.
Amen.
And it says when he did that, his eyes was open. So when you come today, this is your pool. And if you want to remain blind, stay in your seat. But if you truly want to have a testimony when people see your life change, and you'll be able to say when they ask you who did it, all you're going to have to tell them is,
a man named Jesus.
Come on. In the book, if y'all don't have it, don't worry about it, I'll read it to you. The chapter in Always Visualize Vertically, it says, always live off of your vision. Never live off of your sight. Your sight shows you what's now, but your vision shows you what's to come. Unbelief in ourselves is so prevalent that I do not wish to say anything that might be interpreted as excusing it. But for all of our being so slow to believe in ourselves, I still think that sometimes we blame ourselves for unbelief when our trouble is nothing more than our inability to visualize. If you have a willing mind and are truly ready to make some minor adjustments in your life, you will have to learn how to always visualize vertically. Everybody say always visualize vertically. Remember every time I did the session this week, I said I had an expectation. Y'all remember that, right? Yes. My expectation for this particular session right now is everyone will learn what they need to learn while they're in their development stage. Everyone will learn what they need to learn while you're in your development stage. Listen to me. Most people believe that when the caterpillar is a caterpillar, it goes from being a caterpillar to the adult butterfly. But after studying it, when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, the caterpillar is actually called another insect. The caterpillar, once it's in the cocoon, is called the pupa. Everybody say pupa.
Pupa.
Yeah, the pupa is the insect that's in the stage, watch this, of development. And a lot of times, when people see their lives and they're going through this and they're going through that, and a lot of other people will judge you and say he's not really saved. But you are saved. You're just in the stage. Come on.
Yes.
You're in the pupa stage. But while you're in the pupa stage, you have to learn everything you need to learn. While you're here, don't coast through. You know I got a thing about that. Just no. I don't come all the way up here to see people laying down sleeping while I'm talking.
Come on.
God gave me my breath, my purpose, and I will not allow someone to sit there and sleep while I'm talking.
Yeah.
don't like me, that's okay. Because when it's all said and done, God gonna say, did you tell him what I told you to say?
Right.
I told him, Lord, you're going to have to deal with him on his own. I did my job. Always visualize vertically. The word visualize means to form a mental image of something incapable of being viewed or not at the moment visible. When, like my wife tells y'all, when I used to steal her money, I would smoke crack cocaine, come back to her room, and tell her I would always be addicted to crack cocaine. I didn't know when it was going to manifest. I just knew that I had a vision of me doing something other than what I was doing. You had to have a vision. You had to have a vision for your life, your family, your community, people you are attached to. Everybody say always.
Always.
Visualize.
Visualize.
Vertically. It's so, I always think about the first time that I met Mr. and Mrs. Pierce. And I always think about the $20 that I went away, to those who don't know. I told you. When I went to that Salvation Army to go away to detox, I never knew that would be the last time that I actually did drugs. But I did have a vision. I always had a vision. And now my testimony is simply, when people ask how did it happen, I got 4 words for you. A man named Jesus. That's it. A man named Jesus. You have to have a vision. Everybody say always.
Always.
Visualize.
Visualize.
Vertically. One of the questions in there, it says, who do you visualize about? What happens when you do? Where did you form that image from? Why do you think that image is in your mind? What does your sight show you? Your sight shows you what's now. Your vision shows you what's to come. That's why if you have a vision and in your present situation, remember I told you in order for you to attain your purpose, you have to find out what's your present situation, what's your desired destination, what was the third one? Nobody remember? Say it.
Destiny.
What you have to do in here. What do you have to do? Development, application, all that stuff has to, in order for you to get to your destination, there's a lot of work that has to get done. While you're in this facility, this is not a time to just be coasting, because when you leave out here, if the work gets done, it's just going to be a repeated cycle. The work has to get done in here. It's an inside job. Your vision, what does your vision show you? Your vision shows you, your vision is the preview, watch this, of your purpose. Your vision is a preview. You know how a movie about to come out, they show you the previews? Your vision you have in your head, that's the preview of your purpose. If you have a vision, that's the preview. It's only going to be a nice movie. I was talking to one of the men at breakfast time, and he was talking about how he's writing this book, or he has certain sections of the book complete. And he said, I got one section that I haven't completed yet. But he has the preview of his purpose. He already know I got these sections done. But this part is not complete yet. I want to tell that man right now, complete that section right now. Complete it now so you can move on to the next part of your purpose. It's time for you to complete that section and move on to the next part of your purpose. Everybody say always.
Always.
Visualize.
Visualize.
Vertically. Listen to me. Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Listen, there's a story about a pastor named Tony Evans, and he always tells the story about, he used to come home from work, and he would come home, his son would be outside dunking the basketball, or trying to dunk the basketball. He would be out there trying to dunk it, and he would be out there, never do it. So his father would ride past him, come in the house, sit down, get comfortable looking at TV, and his son would be still out there trying to dunk this basketball. Every day, week after week, month after month, this kid was out there trying to do it. One day he comes, his father's in the house. He said, Dad, come out. I got it. His dad like, this boy's lying. Listen, so his dad said, what you mean you got it? He said, I dunked the basketball. I finally did it. So his dad come outside. He was standing right here. His son backed up, ran over to the court, and he says, two-hand dunk. So his father walked over to the court and raised it back up to the official standard. And he tells his son, listen, son, do you believe in yourself? Because if you believe in yourself, never try to lower the standard. Leave the standard where it is and live up to the standard. Right. I said all that to say this. God is never going to lower his standard. You either believe in yourself and live up to his standard, or you'll never maximize the purpose that he gave you. He will never, ever lower his standard. You either believe in yourself and live up to his standard, or you'll just live an average life. Everybody say, always visualize vertically.
Always visualize vertically.
The kid lowered. His dad said, boy, if you stop playing with me, crank that thing back up. And he asked his son, why did you lower? He said, I didn't believe in myself. He said, no, son, leave it up there. Believe in yourself. You can do it. And in recovery and criminal lifestyles, one of the main things we do is we neglect how great we really are. Let me tell you about the story. Everybody say always.
Always
visualize.
Right.
There's a story about a man. He became a multi-millionaire. This particular man will get up in the morning, do his devotions. He would go downstairs, drink some coffee. Then he would go out the door. On the side of the door, he had a stick. He would take the stick, shoot to his barn, go in the barn, grab 2 buckets, 1 bucket over this pile, and a bucket from over there, a bucket that had holes in it. Somebody say a bucket with holes in it.
A bucket with holes in it.
He would go, walk across his crop, go get the water for the animals, come back, bring the water back, put it in the barn for the animals. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, he did the exact same thing. So one day he comes down, same routine, goes into the barn, grab one of the good buckets. He goes over here to grab the bucket with the hole in it, and the bucket with the hole in it said, excuse me, sir, can I ask you a question? Now, after the man got over the amazement of the bucket talking, you know if you went in your refrigerator and your milk said, what's up? Yeah, now be real. So after he got over the amazement of the bucket talking, he said, yeah, bucket with the hole in it, what is it? He said, sir, do you get a kick out of it, or does it make your day to make all the other buckets laugh at me? So the man said to the bucket with the hole in it, what you talking about? He says, every day you come in here, you grab one of them, and you grab me. You go get the water for the animals, and you come back, and every time you come back to the barn, I never have no water left in me, and they all start laughing at me. So the man said to the bucket with the hole in it, I don't know why you complaining, because you are 85% of the reason why I have become a multi-millionaire. And the bucket said, with the hole in it, said, how is that possible? He says, because every time I get you, I walk across my crop to get water, and while I'm coming back, I use you to water all my crop. Now, the only reason I'm telling you that is because the only problem the bucket with the hole in it had is he was miscalculating his work. And majority of the individuals who are addicted to drugs and majority of the individuals who are committing crime are doing the exact same thing. They are miscalculating their work. But I came here this weekend and let you know, you are one of the most productive buckets in the barn. But you have to believe in yourself. Everybody say always visualize. Hallelujah. The bucket with the hole in it. I don't want to shock you about this one. But we all got.
Come on.
We all got holes in our bucket. And that's why we call on a man named Jesus. Every last but you can't miscalculate your word. You have to always visualize vertically. Good God, man. Everybody say anywhere.
Anywhere.
But backwards.
But backwards.
He is so around. You will be surprised, page 39, when y'all get your books, read this chapter, okay? And I'll pick up next week at the next chapter. You will be surprised at how many people don't move forward in life. Why? Because of how they see themselves. You have to see yourself free from being in bondage. See yourself more than a conqueror. See yourself as the parent you always wanted. See yourself free from coming back here. See yourself from doing something productive in your community. See yourself being responsible. See yourself being the children your parents raised you to be. See yourself as a better person. Close your eyes and see yourself doing it. You have to visualize it. You have to see it. You wake up in the morning, see yourself doing everything that you said you wouldn't do on the positive side. Don't see yourself always being an addict. Everybody say, I'm not an addict.
I'm not an addict.
Yeah, I got it, Lord. Somebody say, I'm not an addict.
I'm not an addict.
Say, I'm not an addict.
I'm not an addict.
I'm a person.
I'm a person
who struggles with an addiction.
With an addiction.
God, listen. You got to look at yourself as a person. I know when we come to the programs and everything, and we must say, hi, I'm Michael and I'm addict. But every time I realized the more I said that I'm an addict, the more I did drugs. But if I focused on being a person first who struggles with an addiction, everybody say I'm not an addict.
I'm not an addict.
I'm a person
I'm a person
who struggles with an addiction.
Struggles with addiction.
You're a person. That's right. See yourself as a person. You just have to struggle. We all have holes in our books.
Yes.
But if I call you an addict, I'll stereotype you and say, well, your hole in your bucket is drugs. When really, you are a person who struggles with some type of addiction. And we all struggles with something. Everybody say, I'm not an addict.
I'm not an addict.
Listen, in the book, it's a book, 2 books I'm going to tell y'all to get when y'all get the chance, when y'all get out. One of them is titled Never Go Back by Dr. Henry Cloud. He got a book, it's called Never Go Back. And there's another book by my friend Shalanda Austin. Her book is titled Say It Until You See It. Her book says, say it until you see it. But one of the things, I'm going to call her, in the book, Say It Till You See It, she says, get a mental picture of yourself being successful. Ask God for the direction, resources, and whatever else you feel will make your vision come to fruition. Somebody say it till you see it.
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 You have to get a mental picture, she said, of yourself being successful. Listen to me. When I wake up in the morning, I have a mental picture of myself being successful. And then I ask God, give me the direction. How can I make what I see in my mental picture come to fruition? And today, I'm doing the exact same thing that I visualized about. Everybody say, always visualize vertically.
Always visualize vertically.
Have a mental picture. And then you connect with God and ask God, how can I make this picture come to fruition? How can I do it? I told y'all when I went to my church, they wasn't paying me. I was cleaning my church, but I wasn't getting a check. But it was all part of God's process to make what he was showing me, the vision I had, come to fruition. Will you do it for nothing? Or will you only do it for something? It was truly a test. And I told y'all, a lot of people say, well, how in the world did your wife let you come home every week talking about you at work and with no check? And I told y'all, the reason why she did that is because she considered, well, since he ain't stealing my check, I guess I got a check. So it was okay for me to come home if I wasn't selling stuff out the house. He said, well, listen, if you ain't stealing, I guess that's a check. So you got to remember, it's a process. Everybody says it's a process.
It's a process.
Page 40, it says, visualize these things that you want. See it, feel it, believe in it. Everybody say, see it.
See it.
Feel it.
Feel it.
Believe it.
Believe it.
See it.
See it.
Feel it.
Feel it.
Believe it.
Believe it.
See it.
See it.
Feel it.
Feel it.
And believe it.
Believe
Believe in
it.
it.
I'm telling you, I'm not telling you something that I'm guessing. I am telling you something that I have done. I seen it, I felt it in my spirit, and I believed God. And it manifested itself. Everybody say, see it,
See it.
feel it,
Feel it.
and believe it.
And believe it.
You need a vision. One of the most dangerous people to the kingdom of darkness is a man or a woman with a vision. If you leave in and you coast out of here without a vision, you're not really a threat. You don't even have anything planned. And you have to start somewhere, like in here. The word vision, always, as long as you keep staring and staring at the objects, you'll never be able to see the forest for the trees. Always live off of your vision and never live off of your sight. Again, your sight shows you what's now, but your vision shows you what's to come. Right now, your sight shows you that your current situation is what your current situation is. Watch this. And it's true. But your vision shows you where you could be. Watch this. That's also true. Right now, you'll be like, y'all, I'm in a program. That's true. But in my vision, I see myself outside of my community helping people. That's true too. Both of them are true. But you're going to have to go through the process before it manifests itself. Amen?
Amen.
The word vertical means a vertical or upright position. Always being in the same direction. When you leave here, listen to me, y'all. It's important. Don't connect with people who are going in the opposite direction where you're trying to go.
Amen.
Right.
Everybody in my circle are going in the same direction.
Yeah.
I'm not judging people who aren't going in my direction. I'm just telling them, you might have to catch up to me because I ain't drifting off this path.
Amen.
So the people you deal with, I was telling another brother in the kitchen, and he said, you know, sometimes my family think about this about me, and they think about this about me. When I come around, basically thinking you better than me. And I said, whenever light gets into the dark, it always exposes them. Whenever I come around, it makes what they're doing that's wrong magnified. So I said this scenario. If you was in a dark room, and you know those bulbs that light up?
Yeah.
If that little bug come in this room and it's pitch black, you know what happened? It'll light up. Because light exposes darkness. So whenever you go around your family, your friends, and they say you think you better than me, because you know, and the thing that I never really understood, when I used to have my friends, I don't have it now, they don't have the heart to ask me to do drugs. But anyway, they used to say, yo, you don't do drugs no more, as if I'm wrong. They're like, you don't get high no more? And I'm like, you're saying it like it's good. I'm like, no, I don't do drugs no more. And again, I don't get that offer now. But when I did, they'd be like, yo, you don't get high no more. And I'm like, you saying that like, you know, I'm wrong. And I said, no, I don't do that. But you see how I say it, when you come around darkness, when you're the light, you have to remember, you have to associate with people who are going in the same direction. Everybody say always.
Always.
Visualize.
Vertical.
You have to be going in the same direction. It's going to be challenging for you. I told y'all, people are not going to throw this red carpet out for you. You're going to have challenges, but don't panic. It's okay. That's why God sent me here to show you. It's possible it can be done. I do. I'm not smarter than you. God will use anybody.
Amen.
The only thing I realized that I always wanted to be is a totally surrendered man. Because God, a totally surrendered person, in his hand, they are limitless. Remember my wife said, you gotta be totally surrendered. Not, I'm gonna do it sometime, it's winter time, I'm gonna come to the program. You have to be totally surrendered, meaning even when the seasons change, you're still going in the same direction. Everybody say, always visualize vertically.
Always visualize vertically.
What time lunch? I'm home. The word, what do you want to be? You have to visualize success. I got this from a person in that book. He says, one powerful way to discover your strength is to visualize success. To visualize is to create, he says, a vivid picture in your mind's eye. When you do this, you'll be doing something important to you. He says, make a picture in your mind's eye. He said, when you get the picture of what you truly want to visualize about, visualize yourself being successful. When you create this picture in your mind's eye, you will be doing something that's important to you. It's very important to me to use my life to try to encourage individuals who have been through the same thing that I have been through. My heartbeat for you. The reason why my heart beats in the morning is because I'm always getting up, not to get another drug, but get another chance to talk to somebody before they go back and die. That's my heartbeat. If you take that away from me, I'd rather be with my maker. The only thing that allows me to have my heartbeat is the beauty of it is that I'm able to do something that I enjoy doing, and I'm not only able to do it, I'm able to do it with my wife.
Amen. Amen.
I'm able to do it with my best friend.
Amen.
It's like heaven on earth.
Amen.
Like, we can't go ahead, baby. Okay, we're praying for that. We can't go ahead. It's like, it's never, no, we're not going to encouragement. I'm tired of encouraging people. I'm telling you, you have that. But it's never that way for me. My heart beats to help individuals. And anybody who would try to stop me from doing something that my heart beat would simply be trying to kill me. You are a person. But you have to believe in yourself. You are a person. You have to believe in yourself. Everybody say anywhere.
Anywhere.
But backwards.
But backwards.
Motivation, remember I said motivation only gets you started. It's your dedication that keeps you going. Me motivating you, that starts the engine. But you're going to run out of gas off of my motivation soon. That has to transfer to me motivating to you and you becoming dedicated to what you was motivated by. You had to be, yeah, Lord, I got it. You don't want to be the thermometer. You want to be the thermostat. What I'm talking about, listen to me. The thermostat sets the temperature in the room. The thermometer only reflects the temperature that's set. When you're visualizing vertically, always see yourself as the thermostat, not the thermometer. Wherever you put yourself at when you leave here and in here mainly, the people around you, you want to set the temperature. Don't get around them if they breaking rules and doing all that, and you follow them. That means you are a thermometer. You get around them, you say, hey, I'm setting the temperature around here. This is what we used to do. We're not doing that no more. And if you want to do it, you're going to have to get out of our circle. You have to be the thermostat. Don't be the thermometer. When you leave here, when I get around individuals in my circle, I don't want to follow what they're doing, following the temperature. I set the temperature. No, we're not doing that. I know you did that, but we're not doing that. And if you want to do that, you got to get out of my circle. Yeah. You have to be the thermostat, not the thermometer. You set the temperature in your family. You set the temperature in your church. You set the temperature at your job. You set the temperature in this program. No matter where you go, you set the temperature. Don't just reflect what's going on around you. You change it. If you want your community to change, you change it. If you want your marriage to change, you change it. If you want anything to change, you change it. Everybody say always.
Always.
Visualize.
Visualize.
Vertically.
Vertically.
This is how I want my family to be. This is how I want to act at work. I don't let what go on at work determine how I act. No. I don't do that. If everybody's cussing and stuff all down the hall, when you come in my office, don't cuss in my office.
Amen.
You want to cuss? Step back. In the hallway. This is my office. I don't want that. You said it. Life is one big rule, lots of signs. So when you're riding through the ruts, don't complicate your mind. Flee from hate, mischief, and jealousy. Don't bury your thoughts. Put your vision to reality. Wake up and live. Keep your dreams alive. Understand, to achieve anything requires faith and belief in yourself, your vision, hard work, and determination. Everybody say faith, belief, vision, hard work, determination, dedication. You're going to have to make this thing, it's simple, but you're going to have to put in some work. Y'all already have the tenacity to make it because y'all here. Because I know personally what I went through, and I know we all have went through something, but we all made it here. And if we made it through that, the key is not to go backwards. Remember the scripture, Jeremiah 7:24. This is God talking. He says, yet they did not obey and incline their ears to me. Instead, they followed the counsel of their own hearts and they kept going backwards instead of forward. This is not a prophet talking. This is God talking. Saying, if you listen to me, instead of listening to your own heart, I guarantee you that I'll take you forward instead of backwards. And I gotta give God credit because he's worthy to be praised. I believe if God wanted us to focus on going backwards, he would have been smart enough to at least put a set of eyes behind our heads. He would have at least said, listen, this joker's going to have to go this way. So let me go ahead and give him some here and... But he didn't. Because he wanted us to focus on going
Forward.
If you drive, just think naturally. If you drive, looking out your rear view mirror, sooner or later, what's going to happen? Boom! Anywhere but backwards. If you get that concept right there, the Mind Adjustment Program, that's our whole, like next Sunday, when we come next weekend, when we come, our motto is the same. Anywhere but backward. You just have to understand that in order for you to be successful, you have to eliminate. Everybody say eliminate. The option. See, I have eliminated the option. On the table, when you have one of the options of using on the table, then when stuff happens, it's a possibility you will use. But I eliminated the option. I said, well, using is not an option. What other option I got? And I used to always ask people who mentor me, I'm like, man, my wife getting on my nerves and everything, what am I supposed to do? And they said, go home and take it. Go home and take it? I thought you was going to tell me to leave. They said, no, go home and take it. Because you dished it out before, and now it's coming back to you. You don't want to put up with it. So you have to go back to some of the places where you went and destroy them, and you're going to have to take some of them. Some of them you're going to have to deal with. I'm going to tell y'all some enemies to your vision, and then we're going to have an altar call. Remember I said, the altar call is the pool of Siloam today. And it said that when that blind man came to the pool of Siloam, he received his sight. And a few scriptures after that, it says he was walking around and they said, is this the same person? Is that the person? And the man said, yeah, it's me. And they said, how was it possible? He simply said, a man named Jesus. I'm going to tell y'all some enemies to your vision. When you have a vision, you also have enemies enemies that are trying to distract or destroy your visions. One of them is disobedience. Disobedience is one of the enemies to your vision. Another one is sin. If you find yourself back in bondage to some type of sin, you have to distance yourself from sin. Listen to me. You are in the possession of something that's more powerful than the enemy can ever have. And that's called grace. Somebody say grace.
Grace.
Whenever you find yourself in bondage to some type of sin, you can always choke it with grace. Good God Almighty. Listen, if you ever find yourself in bondage to something, don't panic or bow down to that struggle. You can always choke it with grace. God gave us the grace to get through anything. Everybody say grace.
Grace.
Don't bow down to nothing. Another enemy of your vision is fear. We were talking about that this weekend. Some people said, I fear being successful. What's going to happen if I don't use? That's a real thing, fear. But that's also one of the enemies of your vision. Fearing what's going to happen. What they're going to say about me. What's going to happen over here. How I'm going to get a job. Fear, fear, fear. That's an enemy of your vision. Another one is discouragement. We're going to talk about that next week. Because in order for you, the lesson that I will teach you next week is you must have endurance. Everybody say, I must have endurance.
I must have endurance.
And I'm going to tell you, when you must have endurance, because there's going to come a time in your recovery walks where you will get discouraged. I'm telling you. But you will have to learn how to handle discouragement. You're going to have to learn how to handle it. Another one is procrastination. Fears. I'm talking about fears to your vision. Procrastinating. That's why I was telling the young man about the book. Don't put it off too long, because it's the next assignment that you have that's connected to the book. So when you write the life story, or write the book, or the poetry, whatever it is, it can possibly help somebody who might be suicidal. So don't procrastinate. That's one of the enemies of a person's vision. Another one is past failures. Your past failures will stop you from attempting something else. If you opened the business and the business didn't do how you thought, sometimes that past failure will stop you from trying to start a business again. But you can't let that stop you. That is one of the enemies of a vision. Another one is a big one. The opinions of others. The opinions of others. On that shirt, my purpose is greater than your struggle. When you get back, look at this shirt. And one of the things on there, it says opinions. Because opinions of others will stop you from achieving your vision. Another one is distractions. Distractions, success, tradition is an enemy of your vision. A lot of times when people get stuck in their tradition and they say, well, we always did it this way. And I said, that's why you're stuck there. Because you never changed. Your tradition is an enemy to your vision. Just because you always did it that way doesn't necessarily mean it will work with this generation. This generation is not a type of generation that has been churched. So this generation will have to get taught the gospel of Jesus Christ different. Tradition is an enemy. A wrong environment, compassion, opposition, and society pressures are all enemies to your vision. Habakkuk 2, 3, and 4 says, write down clearly on the tablets what I revealed to you, so that they can be read at a glance. Put it in writing, because it is not yet time for it to come. But the time is coming quickly, and what I show you will come true. It may seem slow in coming, but wait for it. It will certainly take place, and it will not be delayed. Anybody see anywhere?
Anywhere.
But back.
But back.
Amen. Let's give God. Right now, we're going to have the altar call open for you. Like I said, this is the pool of Shalom. And everybody under the sound of my voice, if you want God
of your vision, where though you may not seen it before, you have some type of concept or some type of relationship with God, but you know from this point forward, you have not lived up to your capabilities. It's something that has blinded your vision. And God said when he saw that man was born that way. And he said that he opened up the pool of Siloam, and everybody, and the man came to the pool of Siloam. Once he came, Jesus opened his eye, and he had a testimony and simply said, they said, how was it possible? He said, a man named Jesus. So right now, anybody who want to come up, we're going to pray overall, everybody, but everybody who want to come up and just make a declaration to God that you want him to open your eyes up to something more important than you ever seen before. Just come to the altar right now.